Okay, I will see. I'll tell you one thing, guys. See, if you don't know Python, also, if you don't know Python, also, still you can work in Azure Databricks with SQL. Databricks with SQL. Okay, if you don't know Python also, still you can work in Azure Databricks with your SQL commands. Okay, compared to Python, SQL is much easy. SQL is much we can familiar with. Most of the people, 70 to 80% of the people who are working in IT industry, they are familiar with SQL commands, SQL, as compared to Python. So Databricks is giving you that flexibility also, that if you want, you can work with Databricks with even SQL commands also. Okay, fine. So if I open the material here for you, okay, okay, what is the page number? Did anyone remember the page number, guys? Mm, 158. Okay, this one. The other way around, to create Azure Databricks workspace and Databricks cluster using Community Edition. Okay, this one. Okay, fine. So yesterday we have seen. Okay, yesterday we have seen. Okay, the deployment of, okay, Azure Databricks workspace and Azure Databricks cluster. Okay, in Azure paid subscription. In Azure paid subscription, Databricks workspace and Databricks cluster. Okay, we have seen in Azure paid subscription, but having Azure paid subscription is little bit challenging for everyone, mostly for students. That's why the other way around we are having is Community Edition. The other way we are having is Community Edition. So what I'm saying here, go to the below link. Okay, just copy this link. Okay, put it in the browser. Fine. Okay, fine. So Python basics, if you guys learn, that is more than sufficient. Okay, this is what I have. We have to open the link. Then next, click try Databricks and fill the details. Okay, try Databricks. Click here, try Databricks. Fill these details. Okay, so here I am giving the first name, last name. I'll give the mail ID. Something I'll give it as meher.tech@gmail.com. Okay, these basic details you have to fill, guys. You give your phone number, it is optional. If you won't give, also doesn't matter. Okay, and then country India, company Naresh IT, title data engineer. Okay, all these details you have to fill. Okay, fine. Then click on continue. Okay, click on Microsoft Azure. Click on continue. Say say here Microsoft Azure. Okay, click on Microsoft Azure, click on continue, click on get started with Community Edition. Get started with Community Edition. Get started with Community Edition. Okay, so what it will do now? Okay, check your email to start your trial. Okay, check your email to start your trial. Okay, fine, fine. I'll go to my mail. My mail ID password I don't remember. Yeah. Okay, meher.tech@gmail.com. Yeah, see, you got an email. You got an email from Databricks. This email you will get it automatically, whatever the mail ID you are giving. Okay, fine. Then see, Databricks Community Edition provides you with access to free Microsoft micro cluster as well as cluster manager. Okay, and a notebook. Something it is saying we need you to verify your email address by clicking on this link. You will then be redirected to the Databricks Community Edition. Okay, click on this link. Then what happens here? Once you click on this link, okay, then you will be redirected to the Databricks Community Edition. Okay, see, this is your Databricks Community Edition platform. Here, set the password. Any password you can give. Any password you can give. Confirm the password and confirm password. Say here, reset the password. Okay, this is what the Databricks interface that you have got. Databricks interface you have got. Click on plus new and say here notebook. Say here notebook. This is the cluster. If you want, you can create a Databricks cluster. Okay, access is denied. So they are not giving us to create a cluster. See guys, when you create a Databricks cluster, Databricks cluster is very expensive. Okay, very expensive cloud service. Okay, it will charge very high amount from you. Okay, create if you create Databricks cluster in your Azure paid subscription. Okay, yesterday I have created in my paid subscription. Yesterday I have created in my paid subscription. So it charged me some amount. It charged me some amount. Okay, I'm not sure what is the amount that it will charge me. Okay, that amount may be some 400, 500, or maybe 1000 rupees. I'm not sure. Okay, so that amount you have to pay. Okay, if I go to my paid subscription, yesterday we have created our Databricks cluster here in this Azure subscription, right? So it is saying the password is wrong. I don't remember the password is correct or not. Okay, fine. I put the correct password only. Good, fine. So just hold on. Yesterday Databricks cluster we have Databricks workspace and cluster both we have created. If I go to the subscription, okay, so it is charging me 200 rupees. Cost analysis. If I go to cost analysis, okay, might be it has charged me yesterday, though I have deleted the cluster immediately after the class. Right now I have deleted it immediately after the class. 31 rupees it is, I believe. 31 rupees 27 paisa it is saying. Okay, I don't want to go in detail here. If I go for daily, if I go for tabular, okay, so okay, so 12th yesterday we have done na. So on 12th August, if you see here, 21 rupees 49 paisa yesterday, and day before yesterday 11th August it did charge me anything. 10th of August it charged me 9 rupees 13 paisa. Yesterday I have paid this much, and immediately after the class I have deleted. If you left over like that without deleting, then trust me, 2000 rupees will be the charges for you have to pay. So like this you can check date wise how much will you have been gone with. Okay, so it is saying, okay, last 6 7 days I said this month. You say here it is showing you from 1st of August, first, second, third, fourth, all this it will show. You can set here as ascending descending, 1st August, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 12th August. Okay, fine. So this much I have paid yesterday. This is what how you can check your billing. Fine, I'll just close this one. So it is a community edition, so it's giving free of cost, that's why it is not allowing us. Anyhow, we have seen how we can create the cluster yesterday. So what I'll do, I'll say here, okay, let me see here, create compute. Okay, okay, here it is allowing me to go for the cluster creation. Let me see how much, okay, till what extent it will allow me. I'll say here my cluster one. Okay, I'm taking this one. I'll say here create compute. Okay, see, it is not giving you much options. Yesterday we have seen many options. When we have created a cluster yesterday, we have seen many options yesterday, right? But here it is not giving you much options. Okay, very little. It has just given us an option to give the cluster name. Okay, this is version of the Databricks. That's it. Even the node sizes also, it is been fixed. It is not giving us the luxury to choose the node sizes and all. Why? Because of free trial. It's almost no only, I can say. Very just one thing it has allowed us to give the cluster name. Rest of the things it has been already fixed. But yesterday in our paid subscription, we got lot of things to change accordingly, to choose accordingly as per our project requirement. Okay, fine. So it is getting provision here. Just hold on for a minute. Super. The cluster got provision. The cluster got provision. This is what the green check mark you will get. I'll click on notebooks. Uh, 1 minute. I'll click on here plus new. I'll say here notebook. Okay. I'll say here my Python notebook. I'll say here. Okay. My notebook. Okay. 01. Fine. So this is what the Python interface. We are having multiple APIs, Python, SQL, SQL, R. Okay. So I'm choosing Python here. Python will come by default. Python will come by default. That is what I'm showing here. Okay. And remember, guys, it will give you community edition only for one time with one mail ID. Okay. It will see, listen, it will give you, okay, permission, okay, for community edition. Okay, only one time with one mail ID. So right now I have given what this mail ID, right? I've given this mail ID. If I want to create cluster or notebook and next time, and if I'm giving the same mail ID, then it will not allow me. You have to give a different mail ID. It will not allow. So that's what I'm saying here. Community edition also give only one time to log in with one mail ID. If you are passing the same mail ID again after 10 days, after 15 days, okay, then it will not allow you with the same mail ID. You have to change the mail ID. Keep this in mind. Okay, fine. This is done now. Okay, all the steps I have given here. Go to the mail ID which we gave here. We'll find one mail ID landed in our inbox from Databricks. Go inside the email and click on this link. Pass password, confirm password. These steps all I have done. Okay, these steps all I have done. Any password we can give here. Click on reset password. Okay, then you will be landed here to the community edition platform, and here you can create the cluster and you can create the notebook. Okay, first we'll create a cluster by clicking on compute. Create compute, then we'll launch a PySpark notebook in Databricks cluster. Copy the below Python script and paste it in the Python notebook and hit shift plus enter to run the script in the Python notebook. This is what the basic Python command I'm writing here to get the version, to get the Python and Spark version. I'll just copy this one. I'll come here and I will paste it. Fine. This is small script. Just I'm writing here to get the version of a Python and Spark in my notebook. I can click here, run. If you click here, then it will run multiple cells. If you want to run only one cell, then you click here. It will give you the output something like this. Your version is this one, Spark version is this one, Python version is this one. Okay. See, Spark version 3.3.2, Python version is 3.9. It is giving you the version here. Okay. In Azure Databricks cluster, supports 4 different types of languages or APIs. What is that? Python, Scala, SQL, R programming. This is what it is. Python, SQL, Scala, R programming. I'm just going with Python here. Fine. This is what it is. Now, sometimes, okay, if you want to see the version of the notebook, then click on File. In the notebook, scroll down and version history. Okay, these notebooks, like guys, will be very old, like 2 months, 3 months old notebooks where multiple data engineers are executing multiple commands. And if you want to see who has executed what command, what data they have fetched, etc., etc., you can see the version here. Okay, so I think it will be visible here or not. I'm not sure. Delete, create table, uploaded. No, here in community edition, you are not having that feature to see the version of the history of the notebook. Rename, clone, export. Okay, no, you're not having that option. When you create the cluster and notebook in Azure Cloud Platform, Azure Cloud Computing Platform, then you will see this version history feature. Okay, no, it's not showing. The notebook, scroll down, version history. I'm not finding as such version history here. Okay, so this feature is not available as of now. Okay, sometimes if you are getting errors while executing the Python script in the cluster notebooks, then click on run on top in the notebook, click on restart compute resources, or go to the compute cluster and restart the cluster. Sometimes cluster, if cluster gets stops, okay, we won't get any intimation and all as such. This we have discussed yesterday, right? We can stop the cluster even if you want to stop the billing. If you want to save some cost, if you want to save some money, we can stop the cluster as well. So that is what I'm saying here. Okay, if by any chance your scripting is throwing any errors, you're finding everything is good, then might be there are chances that the cluster is stopped. You can go and you can check your cluster. How to check the cluster, I have shown yesterday, right? Okay, so as of now I am having my cluster running. Okay, then what I'll do here, refer the link below for Azure Databricks hands-on. This is the link. I have shown this link yesterday, right, guys? Azure Databricks hands-on. Okay, this will refer. Generate a new cell in the notebook by clicking on top right in the cell as shown in the image. So see here, guys, this is my one notebook. Sorry, this is my one cell. This is my notebook. The complete is what my notebook. The complete is what my notebook. In this notebook, this is one cell. If you want to generate a new cell, so click on this one. Okay, click on this one and say here add cell below. Say here add cell below. So this is your cell 1 and this is your cell 2. One notebook can have multiple cells, and each cell can carry different types of languages also. Okay, fine. So this is what I am seeing here, the output. Next, after the cell has generated in the notebook, paste the Scala code. What I am doing, I am pasting the Scala code we can get from the above link in the cell body as shown below. So what I'll do here, I'll go to the article. Sorry guys. Here I'm having this one. This code I'll take. Okay, I'll take this code. I'll come here. I'll say here Scala. Okay, and I'll paste the code. I'll say here run. This is also just I'm checking the versions. I'm just checking the versions here. Very basic command that I'm using here. This is what I have used Python, and here I'm using what Scala. I'm using what Scala. I should get the output. Yeah, see now the Spark versions we are having is this one. It is what showing this one, the Spark versions we are having. Very basic commands. In a single notebook, we can use Python, Scala, SQL programming, whatever you want based upon the requirement. Only we must choose the top right click, Scala, whatever you want. The interface. sorry, the API what you want, that you have to choose. Here I have choose what, Python API. Here I have choose what, Scala API. Python, Scala, we have choose. That's what it's saying. Python libraries we are using and dealing with Spark within Python notebook. That's why we name it as what, PySpark. We name it as what, PySpark. Now this is the actual demo. The real demos will start now. What is seeing the first demo? See, implementation steps to read CSV file from Python notebook in Azure Databricks cluster. What I'm saying here, I'm reading one CSV file, okay, from my Python notebook in Azure Databricks cluster. Create Azure Databricks, okay, that we have done. Launch the workspace, we have done. Create a cluster, that we have done. Correct now, all these things are done. After the cluster got created, click on plus new notebook. Yeah, notebook is ready. This is the notebook. My notebook one is ready. Okay, plus new notebook and ensure Python selected at the top. So what I'll do, I'll first get a new cell. I'll say here add a cell below. Okay, I'll select Python will come by default. If you want to change anything, you can change it, but Python will come by default. Select at the top, paste the below code as shown in image. Okay, fine. This code we can get from the above link and click on the run cell on extreme right in the cell body by clicking on the knob. So you go here and you get it from this article. Okay, it's all theory. I'll just take this code here. I'll just take the code. Okay, this is the code I'm taking. Okay, I'll say a control C. I'll come here and I will paste it. What is this code? What this code is doing here, that I'm experiencing. Explanation of above Python script. What this Python script, what I have used, that I'm explaining here. Import request, it's a Python library. It's a Python library we are importing. We are importing the Python library. Then next is what? Okay, request.get. Okay, request.get from this portal, from this platform. This is one website, timeseries.search.sh. Okay, in this website, https timeseries.search.sh. In this website, I'm having one CSV file. I'm having one CSV file. Okay, I'm trying to get the file. That's what I'm using the get function. Okay, see here I have written in this command. See, this is what now. This is what we have written, right? This is the CSV file name. This is CSV file name. This is the website or platform where our CSV file is kept. So I'm saying here request.get. This is the Python function I'm using. In this command, we are defining a variable R. This is our variable R. Are assigning this file value to the variable R. Assigning this file value to the variable R. To the variable R. Okay, fine. So we are defining a variable R and getting the CSV file from the portal or website. What is the website? Time series. Then next, what I have done here, df equal to spark.read.csv. What I'm doing now, I'm trying to read the CSV file data. I'm trying to read the CSV file data. So I'm saying here, okay, spark.read.csv. Okay, I'm saying that sc.parallelize r.text split lines header equal to true, interval schema equal to true. So the file is having header, schema is also defined, and the lines is being split internally inside the file. Okay, each one record is there now. So that's what I'm saying here. Okay, text split lines command to read the CSV file. This command is to read the CSV file. Okay, fine. Then next we are using display method. Okay, we are using display method to show the file data, to present the file data. For all the labs Python script, we are considering from the link below. Same documentation. This link I have placed. I kept multiple places in the material. Same link only. Don't get confused. So I'll just go here now. Okay, I will say here, paste the script, and I will say run. I'll say run. So what happens here, if I say run, it will, okay, get the file from this website. It will read the file, okay, and then it will display the file data. Get the file, read the file, and then display the file data. So just hold on. It should be executing successfully here. Let us wait. Yeah, super. See, it is giving us the file data. This is the complete data we are having inside the CSV file. Lot of data we are having inside the CSV file. Okay, fine. This is what the Python scripts. It's very basic things only. You are not going to write some like Python developers. You are not going to write some 40, 50, 100 lines of code. Okay, you are just understanding here. First is what? Getting the file, reading the file, and displaying the file data. This is what it is showing as expected. Perfectly all right. Fine. Now, if you see here, the second scenario is what? Second scenario is we will first mount our storage account. Okay, we'll mount our storage account to Azure Databricks. Then from storage account, we'll read the file. Okay, from storage account, we'll read the file and we'll get the file data. Okay, fine. So what it is saying now, create a blob storage account and container inside the storage account. So I'll just go here. Okay, I will go here to my Azure portal. Okay, I'm mounting my storage account. I'm mounting my storage account to Azure Databricks. Okay, mounting blob storage account to Azure Databricks in this lab. Next lab, the
This
file and
meeting
display
is
the
being
data.
recorded.
So I'll go here to the Azure portal. Okay, I will go for the storage account. Okay, is there any resource group here? Let me check first. Okay, resource group is there. I'll take this resource group only. I'll go for the storage account creation. I'll say here Naresh. Okay, Naresh SA 1911 or else as a 971. Some name, guys. Any name you can give.
This meeting is being
Okay,
recorded.
I'm going with Japan. Is any location you can take, nothing as such. I'm getting a storage account. Storage account we have deployed very long back. We have read all these things. Okay, last to last month I believe. Okay, I'll just go ahead and create a storage account. That's what it is saying. First step is what? Create a blob storage account and container inside the storage account. First step is create a storage account and container inside the storage account. Right? What is this? Our file is sitting inside blob storage account. Our file is sitting inside the blob storage account, not under the Gen2 storage account. Okay, we'll see what code we are going to write, Manpreet. Just hold on. Okay, server name is required or not. That we'll see the code, then we'll understand. So let the storage account gets deployed here. I'll go to the storage account. I'll create a container inside the storage account. I'll say here my container. Then what I'm saying next, this much only I have done. Okay. Now create an Azure Databricks that we have already created. Azure Databricks we have created, notebook we have created, cluster we have created, all these things. Create an Azure Databricks, launch the workspace and create a cluster. This all we have done. Get the storage account, okay, name, access keys and container name. Okay, all these details you have to get it. So I'll say here, okay, storage account name, then access keys, then container name. what if we gave inside the storage account. So if we say a storage account name, what it is, Naresh SA971. This is our storage account name. Access keys. So go here to access keys, show, copy this one, copied, come here and paste it. Okay, container name. What container name we have given inside the storage account? Okay, my container. The container name we have given it as what? MyCon. My container. This is the name what I have given. Fine. These are all details. I have got it. Get these things. Example I have given you here. Example I have given here. Now, from the above link, copy the entire code to set up the file access. You need to do this. Okay. From the above link, copy the entire code and paste it in the PySpark notebook cell and make the changes accordingly as per the storage account, container name and access keys. Okay, so I'll just go here. Okay, I'll take this complete code. Okay, I'll take this complete code. I'll come here. I'll come here. I'll say here clear the result. Hide result. I will come here. I'll launch the new cell. Okay, I'll paste the code here. Okay, so here I'm giving the details what I have created, my storage account and all that stuff. Account key, I'm asking my Python script to fetch from my blob storage account. Okay, format dot storage account. Okay, key from Azure account with blob.code.windows.net. This is my blob storage account. Okay, this is what the code we have written. Set the credentials to spark the configuration. Okay, this is code. Okay, access key is also in Spark to be able to access the blob storage account in RDD. Mount a drive for native Python. Okay, this is what we are writing. I will make the changes here. Storage account name, I'll give this one. Okay, container name, I'll say here my container, and access keys, I'll give this one. Access keys, I'll give here. Okay, fine. This is what the details I have given accordingly. Okay, after we have given this detail, click on extreme top right knob in the cell body and run the Python code. Run the Python code inside the cell by clicking on run cell, and we see the output as below. We should get the output right, something like mounting is done, mounting is succeeded, like this we should get the output. If I say here run the cell, okay, storage account mounting, we are attaching our storage account to Databricks cluster notebook. Basically in the notebook we are writing this one. I'm not sure guys, let us check. Okay, this double quotes has to be given or not, I don't remember that much. See, that is succeeded, super. Mounting is succeeded. So what we have done, this container, my container, this one is my container, this one we have mounted. Okay, and it is succeeded to which storage account? To this storage account, Naresh SA 971. Right, this storage account, Naresh SA 971. Okay, this is one part of the demo. One part of the demo. Now, what we'll do, this demo, this lab, okay, this lab and the below lab, this lab is connected to each other. Okay, now what I'll do, this is the second part of the same lab. Now, what I'll do, I'll try to read the file from the storage account now. Okay, what the storage account I have mounted to my Databricks cluster, I'll try to read the file now from the storage account. So for that, what I'll do, okay, I'm saying here reading CSV file, okay, from the blob storage account. and using what method? WASBS method. WASBS method. So Windows Azure Storage Blob Services method. Okay, WASBS method from Azure Databricks cluster. So for this, what I'll do now, okay, we'll create a blob storage account, which is already we have created. We have mounted also container inside the storage account and upload the .csv file inside the storage account container. This file I'll try to upload inside the storage account. So I'll come here. I'll say here upload the same storage account what I have mounted. I'm taking that storage account only. I'll say here Azure Naresh IT, Azure Data Engineering. I will say here sample files. Okay, I'll say here the file, this one, USD to euros. Okay, I'm uploading the file. Okay, the same file I have uploaded. USD to euros. This file I have uploaded. Perfect. Now create an Azure Databricks. We have already created, launch the workspace. We have already done, and create a cluster. This we have already done all these things. Okay, notebook also is there. Notebook is also ready. Yes, that correct. This is our notebook which is ready. What I'll do, I'll just say here launch the new cell. I'll say here add cell below. Okay, fine. Paste the code. Okay, what it is saying now, create an Azure, launch the workspace and create a cluster. This is all we have done. Okay, cluster we have created all this stuff, created notebook and paste the code. Get the code from the above link and also shown the below inside the cell and run the code. So what I'll do now, I'll get the code. This is image, guys. This is image. I cannot copy the code from here. That's why I'm taking the code from this article. So I'll take the code from this article. This is the code. Okay. Control C, come here and paste it. Okay. What method we are using here? WASBS method. That's what we have mentioned. We're using what? WASBS method. That's what the method we are using, WASBS in our code. Okay, input file path. Okay, using the WASBS method, which is in blob.code.windows.net. Okay, format is Azure container storage account, and inside the storage account, inside the container, this file is present, USD to euros, USD to eur.csv. If you see here, same file I have mentioned, USD underscore to underscore eur.csv, USD underscore to underscore eur.csv. Okay, then df is what? Variable. I think I have explained the code here. Okay, no. So what I'm doing here, df is the variable I'm declaring, and I'm saying that, okay, spark.read.format. Okay, I'm asking to read the file which is in CSV format. Okay, and load into this variable. Okay, with this input file path, this one, input file path, what we have given here now, input file path. File is having a header, infer schema is also true, file is also having a schema, and then whatever the file data that we have loaded into this variable df, we have loaded into this variable df, like this. Okay, then using the display method, we are asking to show the file data, show the file data. We are asking to show the file data. So what we are doing now, we are reading the file from the storage account. Okay, we are reading the file from the storage account. Okay, so that is what I am saying here. Fine. After you click on run, okay, after you click on run, then the data should be displayed for you, and this time the data is getting displayed from the storage account. The data is getting displayed from the storage account. I'll say here run. Super. See, this time the data is getting populated from the storage account. Last time we read the data from our website, from some portal we have read the data. Now we are reading the data from the storage account, from this storage account. And this, that is what the data we are getting. Now, after you, these commands are absolutely case sensitive. So while typing these commands in cluster notebook, we have to give 100% attention with uppercase and lower cases also. Okay, fine. Now, what we can do here, we can do data visualization also. In Databricks, we can do data visualization also. That's what I'm seeing in step 5. Click on plus as shown below in the image, and here we can do the data visualization, and multiple types of charts we can generate accordingly as per the requirement, and can also apply various filters on it. So I'll say here, click. This is, we are seeing the data in tabular format. We are seeing the data in tabular format. If you want to see the chart, press here, save visualization, data visualization. Okay, this is the line chart. See, this is the data that it is showing to you in the line chart. Data showing to you in the line chart. Multiple charts you are having. Accordingly, whichever chart you want, you can choose. Okay, your cloud architect will tell you, your seniors will tell you which chart it should be. Accordingly, you have to select the chart, and then you can see the data in different charts. You can do the visualization. Even you can export this one, and you can give it to your higher management also. Okay, see now it got saved. The report got saved. If you want, you can do one more visualization. So you are having data now in the form of a table, you are having data in the form of a chart also. This is all happening in Databricks only. We are not having this option in Azure Data Factory. Do you have option in Azure Data Factory to visualize the data, to present the data, to display the data? No. Okay, we are not having an option. But yes, in Databricks we are having these options, that we can even make the data visualization also, what data we are fetching, what data we are reading from different sources, from different sources. That is what I'm trying to say here. Fine, data visualization also we can do. So now what I'll say here, this is the different commands, guys. Create a new cell and type the below commands which gives a different result. So what I'll say here, okay, I'll just copy these commands. Okay, I'll come down, I'll say here add a cell below. Okay, I'll put this one. I'll say here, this is the command for our understanding. This is for our understanding. I've written the command. This command shows the schema of CSV file. The purpose of the commands I have written here. This is there in the material. If you see, you will get it. See, this is the purpose of the command I have written for our understanding. So this is our understanding. So this will not understand by our Databricks cluster. So that's why I'm removing these comments. These comments I'm removing. I'll say here now run. So it will give me the schema. Okay, print schema, show and head. See, it is giving me basically the details. Okay, so what I have said here. Okay, give me the schema, give me the details, like, what is the total count of the records in the file, what is the mean value, what is standard deviation, what is minimum value in the entire file, and what is the maximum value. So total records in the file is how much? 6663. The total records in the file is 6663, and in that the maximum value is this much, minimum value is this much, and all that stuff. Df dot head of 5. Head of 5 means what? It will display 5 records. If you say here head of 10, then it will display 10 records. See, for 5, it will show you 5 records. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct? 5 records it is showing. Right? Correct? 5 records it is showing. If you say here 10, if you run cell, then it will show you now 10 records. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Small commands, but very much helpful for you. Okay, now one more thing that I will show you. If you don't know Python, I told now somewhere, I think here I told, yeah, what I have told, if you don't know Python also, still you can work with Azure Databricks with SQL commands. How? That I am going to show you now. How? I am going to show you now. See here, we are having one method. Using that method, we can directly read the data from different sources in our Databricks using SQL commands. Using SQL commands. How? See here now. I will go here to the new cell. Okay. And I'll say here this one. Okay. What I am doing, see, this is the variable I am declaring. Just hold on. I'll remove these comments. Okay. I'll remove these comments I have written for our understanding. What is this command is for about that? For that I have written these comments. I'll take this command now. I'll put it here in my notebook. What I'm doing here, see, okay, this is the variable df, okay, and I'm saying that create or replace temp view. I'm saying that create a temporary view x rate, okay, create a temporary view x rate, okay, and then read this temporary view data, okay, by consuming the method spark.sql. What is this one? Select star from table name. This is SQL command, na? Pure SQL command. This is pure SQL command. This is pure SQL command. And how I'm writing the SQL query? Straightforward by consuming this method spark.sql. After spark.sql, okay, after spark.sql in Python, okay, here you can write 50 lines of SQL query also. You will not get any issue, any problem. You will not get any issue, any problem. Here you can write a 50 lines of SQL query also. It will not be a problem. Okay. And this is the power of Databricks. You don't know Python. You cannot write these commands. Okay. These commands, what we have written, these commands you cannot write. It's difficult. There are many people who are surviving in the projects, even with SQL queries also as data engineer. Spark.sql, okay, double quotes and write the SQL query. Straightforward SQL query, you can write it. You will not get any issue. Automatically, Python commands also.
Being recorded.
With Python command also, we got the same data. Yes or no, guys? Fine. Is that clear? Yes or no, guys? See here, same data is got populated with our SQL query as well. With our SQL query as well. This is what I'm trying to say. Now, multiple things that you can do here. See, again, spark.sql. Okay, spark.sql. This is plain SQL query we are writing. This is the plain SQL query we are writing up to here. Okay, then using the display method, we are presenting whatever we have done the calculation. Whatever we have done the calculation. If I take this query for an example, if I go here, I'll remove this thing. See what I'm doing? Spark.sql. I'm consuming or using this method and I'm writing the SQL query. Select year of date as year, count of date as count, mean rate as mean from this X rate. This is the temporary view we have created. Okay. Group by year of date, order by year, descending or ascending, whatever you want, you can write. This complete result this complete result will get assigned to this variable df, and using display method we are displaying the data. See, now I'll get the output because I have used this spark.sql and I have written the pure SQL query. This is the pure SQL query I have written here. Got it, guys? Is that clear? See, now it is giving me the result as expected. I said here year, I got year. In my select statement, I say here total count year wise. I got the total count year wise, and I said here I want the mean value. I got the mean value also. This is all happening where? In my data bricks. In my data bricks. Yes or no, guys? Very powerful, very powerful. There is no need, you have to be having very expertise in Python. You can directly consume spark.sql, and then you can write plain SQL queries straightforward inside the Databricks clusters. Okay, see what it is saying now. Create a new cell, and if you want to write the SQL query directly, then first select SQL on right side inside the cell, and then directly we can write the SQL queries as shown below. See what I'm going to do now. If you don't want to use this method, if you don't want to use this spark.sql method, then what you can do, you have to change the API. I'll say here add cell below. I'll say here as what? SQL. Instead of Python here, you say here SQL, and then you directly write this SQL statement. Same, this statement and this statement is same. The only difference is here we are writing the SQL statement using spark.sql method, because here our API is Python, here it is SQL. That's why we are straightforward directly writing the SQL query, and this is called as what? Magical command. This is called as what? A magical command. This is magical command. You'll get the output definitely here without any fail. Yes, whatever I have written in my SQL query, I'm getting the output as expected. I'm getting the output as expected. This is what I'm trying to show here. Yeah, okay. Here on top, if we see percentile SQL, this one. Okay, this one, percentile SQL, that what we are saying. This is called as what? A magical command. When we select SQL on top right, then we can see this magical command will automatically be printed in our cell body as shown above. Okay, fine guys, is that clear? When we are integrating with Python library and with the Spark, we can able to call it in our coding. Hence, with this we call it as what? PySpark. Hence, with this we are calling it as what? PySpark. Okay. Here in the above method, group by, aggregation, sort, etc. These are all the methods, and we are applying these methods on top of our data frame. This is the variable we are defining. I'm just giving the explanation of different, okay, methods, functions, what we are using in our Python libraries, in our Python coding. What is this one? This one is Scala. Percentage Scala it is talking. Okay, I told now it will support multiple languages. We have seen Python. Mostly we have seen Python everywhere. We have seen here SQL also. We have seen here SQL as well. See, this is SQL. Next, what I'll do, I will show you with Scala. I'll just go here. I'll say here add cell below. Okay, and I'll say here Scala. Percentile Scala. I am just mentioning the magical command Scala. This is completely Scala scripting, guys. This is the Scala script. I'll take this Scala script here. What I'm saying here, see, importing the Apache Spark SQL function, and what I'm doing spark.table xrate. I'm defining a variable here. Okay, and then I'm fetching what? Minimum value, maximum value. Okay, from the temporary table what I have created. This is what Scala script. So no need to have your, all the languages known. If you know the Python scripting basically, and if you are good in SQL, then that is fine. You can easily handle the Databricks things here in the projects. Okay, see, it is giving me the value. The minimum value is this much. The maximum value is this much. Okay, what I have mentioned, that is what it is showing me here. Okay, this is Scala code. Scala code that they have written here. Okay. Here in above code, we are importing Apache Spark function to get the minimum and the maximum values for rate column. Hence, like this, we can write the code in Azure Databricks cluster notebooks, or either Python, SQL, or Scala by mentioning the magical commands in cell body. This is what it is about. This is what all it is about. Fine, guys. Is that clear? So little practice, little hands-on if you do, guys. Okay. So I told very clearly, if you could not able to remember the Python commands, if you are finding it difficult, simply in the interviews you can say that yes, I have worked in Python, but directly I have consumed spark.sql method and I have written the SQL script in my okay cluster notebooks, okay, to get, fetch, extract the data, whatever it is. Okay, fine. Is this clear, guys? No, that is Shilpa. That is the continuation from the first thing what we have done. Okay, you have to first mount the blob storage account, Shilpa. After you mount the blob storage account, in the same storage account we have uploaded the file, and from there we read the file and we have displayed the data. We have done the visualization. WASBS method. No, these cells are independent to each other. These cells are independent to each other. That's why we are able to execute these cells independently with different APIs connecting to it. Okay. So if you say here,
This meeting
okay,
is being recorded.
WASBS method, okay, in Azure Databricks. Okay. Windows Azure Storage Blob is one of Microsoft Azure Storage Cloud Services. Okay. Additional information, including the documentation, can be found at the official WASBS homepage. Many of the SAP Data Hub storage operators offer support for WASBS. Okay, here we are having one good article for WASBS. This one is good. Okay, one of the Microsoft Azure Storage Cloud Service. Additional information, including the documentation, can be done here. Okay, connection. Okay, this document may refer to an object as a file and to an object prefix as a directory. It fits the context of the operator. Okay, so it's basically helps you to deal with the SAP files or the data which you are getting from SAP. Okay, that you can go with. So whoever is interested, guys, they can refer this article. They can refer this article. Okay, fine. Because it is how it is come to know Shilpa. It's because all the things we are executing just in one notebook only, right? If you do the same in different notebook, then it will not recognize your X rate. You just try. You just try. You will come to know. As of now, this much only I'm having, Manju. If you want it furthermore, I can give you some tutorial. You can explore from the tutorial also. Okay. If you want it furthermore, then I'll give you some tutorial, some video tutorial. You can refer it from the tutorial. No problem. Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, sure, sure, Shilpa. Definitely, definitely, anytime. Okay. Fine, guys. So this is what we are having some migration concepts now. Okay. How we can move the data from on-prem to cloud. Okay, we are going to do here forward migration. We'll see here reverse migration. Okay, and then we'll see here platform migration. So public private cloud to public cloud to private cloud, and even platform migration also means moving the data like files, uh, content, images, documents. Okay, all these migrations we'll see in tomorrow's class, guys. Easy copy. Okay, we are going to use some command line here. This I'll explain in tomorrow's class, how we use AZ copy and how we do the migrations. Okay, forward migration, reverse migration, and platform migration. This we'll see in tomorrow's class. All right. You have to write the. You have to import. You have to use the Python method for that, Shilpa. Okay, like how we are writing other Python methods to mount the storage account. The same way you have to write the use the Python method to import the library in your Databricks. Okay. All right, guys. That's it for today's class. We'll connect again tomorrow. We'll see the AZ copy migration methods. Okay.